Okay, so this is a bit of a part two just to help further explain how to free up the spill control valve. Well, this is what I think it's doing anyway. I managed to resolve an issue with the car not starting or taking forever to start by doing this once upon a time. I'm currently having some new issues about 2 years down the track. Just a bit of a rough idle from time to time and a bit of smoke, so I'm just going through the fuel system just to make sure everything's all running smooth, make sure the spill control valve's not getting sticky again. So this is basically talking about how to how I free up the spill control valve. So basically what I've had to do is take the airbox out just to get into this thing. I've taken the fuel supply, the fuel return line off the top here, and then unscrewed the spill control valve from here. How I've done that is I've brought this tool here from Bunnings, from a hardware store, and I've used a grinder to put a couple of extra little lines in the end here, so I can actually open the mouth wide enough to fit over the spill control valve. Because as you can see, it's fucking huge. Yeah, so basically this tool from Bunnings, get your grinder out with a cutting disc and just make a couple more grooves so you can really open this to its full capacity, because those last one or two grooves weren't on there originally. Anyway, so once you get the spill control valve out, make sure everything's super clean. Be really careful not to get any dirt or dust or anything in these holes. I should probably have them covered up, but I'm too lazy. Now what I've done is I've just connected up a couple of alligator clips to the pins inside here. There's two pins, one on the positive, one on the negative. Doesn't matter which way around, it's just basically opening and closing a valve. And then as I touch this on that repeatedly, don't hold it on there, do it multiple times like this, and you'll be able to hear it clicking. So my understanding is that's just helping free up the solenoid inside there, and in case it gets a bit sticky or whatever, because I know the voltage that goes to these things can be anywhere from 10 volt to 14 volt. So say if it's only getting 10 volt and after a while it just gets a bit sticky, it's not being, yeah, you can imagine what might be happening in there. So if I just give it straight 12 volt lots of times to free it up, yeah. The other thing is you'll find this little filter down the bottom, so this sits right down inside there in the bottom, so you hook that out, and what I've done here is I've run some MAF sensor cleaner through it. I didn't bother pulling this one apart last time. Seems pretty clean. I mean, it's going to be hard to do on the camera, but anyway, I've blown some MAF sensor cleaner through it just to help unstick any shit in there, and I'll give that a bit more of a clean. I think last time I used acetone, and that seemed to do a good job too. Give it a good soak in acetone for a couple of minutes, swish it around, blow some air through it just to get that filter a bit of a clean, and then just a matter of putting it all back together. Now the other thing I'm going to go through here, which I'm not going to be videoing, but I'm going to, so this is the fuel filter here, and the fuel comes down through here down to the injector pump. This is what I installed once upon a time to stop a one-way valve, and that stops diesel flowing back into the fuel tank, and that's been helping with cold starts in the morning and things like that. It means that the pump's always primed, there's no fuel going back to the tank or anything. I think that works, but that could also be the cause of my current issue with the car having a bit of a rough idle from time to time. I'm also going to change the fuel filter today, and I understand that these filter houses can get air leaks in them as well, so I'm going to give that a good inspection and have a bit of a look around. But anyway, that was just I just wanted to demonstrate how I do the spill control valve service. Thanks.